The truth is finally out. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to another edition of The Deep Dive with Toya Creates. That is me. If you love soap content and real talk in real life, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks to everyone who has already done so. I really appreciate it. So today is a brand new week and it's Monday, April 20th, which is a holiday for some. Enjoy for those who partake. If you know, you know. And today we are discussing the bold and the beautiful. So we finally got the culmination of Ivy's manipulations because on Friday, Daphne finally told Electra to go talk to her Aunt Ivy about what is going on with Will because Will and Electra had been manipulated and Ivy would have the answers. And so, my good sis Electra, she finally womaned up today. Okay, so we opened with Electra and Ivy picking up where we left off on Friday, still talking about the situation, and Electra wanted to know, where is her letter? So, oh my goodness, Ivy remained fully indignant today. She's like, yeah, I took the letter because the way Will was acting was not proper at all. And I did it because I love you. And guess what? I would do it all over again. Electra is like, what? And rightfully so. Ivy, look, I'm sure she meant well, but her tactics were absolute trash. And Electra called her out on it several times today. She wanted to know, number one, how did you manipulate me specifically? Electra was like, take me through step by step. Which Ivy did. You know, she talked about how I saw you write the letter. I picked it up and put it in my purse before Will could even see it. And she didn't cop to any of the like making sure that Electra and RJ had one-on-one time together. She didn't say anything about that because remember when Ivy went over for those stankin' lemon bars, Ivy made an excuse so she could leave them together, and that's when RJ, Mr. Prim and Proper, asked Electra about skinny dipping. Now, what is so proper about that, Ivy? But whatever. So Ivy just stuck to her part in terms of stealing the letter and nothing else. And Electra is just like disgusted with Ivy. But Ivy just maintains that she's basically her guardian. She loves her like a daughter and she wants what's best for her. And Will is not what is best. RJ is. And Electra is just over it at this point. You know, Electra was demanding to know, like, why do you hate Will so much? And Ivy claims she doesn't hate him, but he's just not proper, and the way he treats her is not right. Electra finally stood up 100% for her man. She was defending him. She's like, you don't even know Will, for real. And I love him. You knew that. He does treat me well. He's lifted me up. He's been a great friend to me here. He has defended me. Because remember the whole Remy thing? He socked Remy out without even knowing this girl for real, for real. She could have been lying the whole time about the deep fakes. But Will was like, no, that's my woman. And he punched Remy and got him arrested, aren't they? But Remy got out real quick. That's a whole other thing. But whatever. Electra is finally bossing up, growing up. She's like, no. And she tells Ivy point blank, you are wrong here. Nobody else. You. Because she also told her that Daphne was the one who basically dropped game. Led her down the right path. Now, Ivy didn't say anything about that, but I'm sure she's going to have something to say later, but who cares? And yeah, I was proud of Electra today. She has finally grown up. She's like, Ivy, this is my life. Like, how dare you? And then, like, what do you think of me that you can't even trust my judgment? She's not a little girl. She's a young adult. So kudos to Electra for stepping up. Now, Ivy is just left to her own devices at this point. She's just sitting in the office and she's just deep in thought at the end, because there is no way in my mind that there will not be any type of ramifications behind what Ivy did. Like, I hope that Electra goes so hard on Ivy. Like, I hope she goes to Steffi and tells her everything that happened. Because, I feel like Steffi don't really like Ivy anyways because of Liam back in the day. And, I feel like Steffi is like me and can hold a good old grudge. And it's clear to me that there's a pecking order as it pertains to the Forrester family dynasty, and I feel like Ivy is in the bottom rung. So I am hoping, and how do I say it, theorizing? I am hoping that Ivy gets fired for this. As hard as she was trying to go at Will, I hope it comes back to her tenfold. And I feel like that could be a real possibility because clearly this woman is pregnant. So there's only a matter of time before she has to go on maternity leave. And let's just fire her and be done with it. So yes, that is what happened with Electra and Ivy. So then we also saw Daphne explaining to Carter that, she did something that he is not going to like, because last week Daphne was trying to tell Carter what was going on, and he was just like, I don't want to hear it. And let's stay out of it. But Daphne ended up speaking the truth, which she should have done a long time ago. And so now she's coming clean with Carter, like a good wife should. No lies. Love it. So she tells him, and he's just like, he was pissing me off a little bit because he was claiming like he didn't want to know all of this good tea because of legalities. What legal thing could he possibly be talking about? This is just office gossip as far as I'm concerned, and there's nothing like sexual harassment, nothing in violation of HR. I mean, they do everything else in that office, but okay. So Carter was just firm on he didn't want to know and they should stay out of it. But Daphne, thank God she has a conscience, and she was like, I couldn't hold it anymore because of what I saw. And I didn't go looking for this information. It kind of fell in my lap in terms of what Ivy did, and it was eating her up inside. Now, she still did not tell Carter the entire truth. It's just a lot of hints. It's just like, oh, well, Ivy basically interfered, but I'm not going to tell you how. And I told Electra that Ivy interfered and told her to go talk to Ivy. So Carter's just a little upset about that. I mean, not like ranting and raving, but he's just like, oh, the legalities. Hush. Now you want to do your job. But okay. Anywho, so that was that for them. And hopefully Daphne does not have any issues out of Carter because of this. So then we also saw Will and this disgusting RJ. I hate him. He is so smug, so pompous. So they're in the showroom and RJ just keeps going and going. He's talking about Will, how he's not worthy. He's talking about the Spencers, how they're sleazy and how they're basically stealing from his grandfather. I mean, oh my God. He was like, go make a legacy with your own family and stop stealing from my grandfather and this and that. Now, Will checked RJ real good today, and I loved it. He was like, oh, look at you, all high and mighty. You're not even a Forrester. Your lineage is Maroney. And RJ, I may not be biological, but I'm a Forrester in every way. I don't want to hear it either. Will was like, well, at least I am actually blood related, and my name is real and earned. Ooh, RJ didn't have too much to say after that, minus his little rebuttal, and then he just left because RJ fully thinks that one, it is so inappropriate for Will to be there. Elektra should not be subjected to this. Will screwed it up. He's a piece of trash, basically. He's a Spencer, so he can't be trusted. He's sleazy, and I guess he feels the way about his actual blood aunt. But go off, RJ. So, he's done spewing his little poison, and he leaves the showroom because in his mind, he is going to have Elektra, and there's nothing Will can do about it, and he's already screwed it up. So then Will is pissed after this, and he didn't resort to violence like last week, but he did throw some of the jewelry off of the table and onto the floor, and then he just sat on the little runway and he started crying. I didn't like it. I didn't like to see him cry like that. I was like, oh, that poor baby. And then Elektra walks into the showroom, okay? And Will, just, let's look at the actions. This man is fully boo-hooing. And this is a man who's not good with his emotions. So the fact that he broke down crying at all is huge. And as soon as he saw her, he didn't ask, he didn't say anything about himself. He asked her immediately, how are you? Now that is how I know Will really does love Elektra. The proof is in the pudding. So, she starts telling him how she understood why he was confused, basically. Because he was also, in addition to just asking how she is, he was just pleading again, like, you said we missed our opportunity. I don't know what you're talking about. I promised I would not have brushed you off. And Elektra was like, I know that now, but you should have known it all along, considering your relationship. But I digress. She was like, I know that now because you never saw the letter that I wrote for you. And he was like, what letter? So then she just pulls the letter out of her pocket. He didn't even read it yet, but she explains to him that she had expressed her love in this letter. Again, that is 2 paragraphs at most. And that it was the catalyst for the demise of their relationship. And so Elektra left it with, I believe you, and our moment did pass, but maybe we can get it together now. Like maybe they have another chance at this, which I'm telling you, yes, they better have a chance at this point. So we don't get an answer out of Will yet, and that is why I am nervous, because I'm like, please, writers, please do not pull no shenanigans here. We have suffered through the Luna thing. We have suffered through this Dylan situation. I'm sure something down the line is going to happen with RJ, Will, and Elektra, but for now, can we get a reprieve? I need for Will on tomorrow afternoon to say, yes, I want to be with you, and that be it. I don't want any more wrenches in this storyline. I don't want to hear from Will like, well, you didn't believe me first, or anything like that. I just want it to be done. And, oh my God, do you think she's finally going to talk about the fact that she kissed RJ that time? Or RJ kissed her And that's what Will actually saw, which made things even worse. But she, to date, still has not said anything about that. But yeah, that is basically it for what went on today. I am ready to see where this love triangle rectangle goes. Again, it better be, yes, I'm ready to reconcile and we be done with this for at least a few months, because they have taken us through with this couple. It's like, goodness, can anyone be happy? Other than Steffi and Finn, kinda. But yes, that is it for The Bold and the Beautiful for Monday, April 20th. Thanks again for watching. You can meet me here every evening, Monday through Friday, at the Deep Dive with Toya Creates, where I get into the weeds, wink, wink, 420, the weeds of our favorite storylines. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.